Welcome everybody to episode 17 of Swish podcast. My name is D. It's a pleasure hosting you guys. So I'm wearing these sunglasses to all of my fans all across Africa listening to the podcast. And for
Oh my
today, I'm
god.
here with my co-hostess, being kind of jealous of my fame, but anyways, like I'm used to it. Kero, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I didn't know that we had fan bases. So, how many fans do you have, and how many fans do I have?
I'll probably not. I don't know, but I have 1,000 fans.
Wow, 1,000. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
a
Okay.
lot of people listen to the podcast.
Well, hello to Deji's fans. It's a pleasure that you're joining us, and I hope that you will be my fans also.
Pedro, how you doing?
Hey, listen, I can't compete with you, brother. So I'm just gonna stay in my lane, man. There's no traffic in my lane.
That's what's up. How you doing, Jonathan? Jonathan is not here. Jonathan is kind of jealous of my fan base too, but you can also have
Island boy.
Island Boy.
Island boy.
I have more fans than the whole Island community. But no, don't tell the
Oh
shit to
my
you guys. So
god!
that's who you
Come on.
know. Marcel, how you doing?
Princess. Yep.
Hey, Marcel, how you doing? We're doing great.
Yo, little bro.
Awesome.
You know, you know how it goes. I can't be jealous of you. That's family, but I would just say that you do a little bit too much with the shade, but it's fair. It's fair. I have
Doing
a reason
too
why.
a
I
little
don't
bit too
know.
much of
Don't
what?
remove the shades, bro. You
No,
don't have to remove them.
I just wanna see you well. I just wanna see you well. So yeah,
Definitely.
thank you for my
Uh,
co-hosts.
Oh
yeah,
man.
definitely,
Thank
definitely. It's a
thank
pleasure to
you
be here as well.
to Lord have mercy. It's a pleasure having you guys also. You guys are hilarious. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. So this is episode 17 of the Social Podcast. If you wanna listen to a audio only version, we are available on Spotify. If you wanna also listen to the video version, we are on YouTube. And if you wanna get to know the co-hosts and what we do in general, we can tune in into Switch Nomad. We are all across social media platforms, as in Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, etc. So yeah, let's dive into today episode. We'll have a lot of things to discuss about. First thing first, we're gonna start with the hot topics, and then we're gonna start with the subject of the week that I kind of trail a little bit in the next episode, in the last episode, and we're gonna get a little bit of late watches if one of the co-hosts did his homework. I hope he did. And then we're gonna end up with the quiz, and I hope that same co-host has that same energy that he had with the quiz, then doing his homework. And we're gonna wrap up a little bit with the final talk. So I'm gonna hand it over to OG for hot topic.
Yeah, hot topic. So he's actually dedicated. He's going to wear the sunglasses the whole episode. Okay, cool. So let's
Sorry,
start
guys.
with the BAL. I'm just going to tell you about a few transfers that if you haven't seen, it's for you to know. So Petro de la Wanda have got Patrick Gardner. He's an Egyptian national. He played for Al Ali before and he's moved over to Petro de la Wanda. Then the Nairobi City Thunder have got the hottie that is Evans Ganapamo. We will know him originally from Cape Tigers. Then he went to play with Bangui Sporting Club. He's from Central Africa Republic, and now he is at the Nairobi City Thunder. He's kind of replaced Haruna, who obviously moved over. So it'll be interesting to see what he does there. I've always thought that he's just never had the right team. I think he can be so much more, but he's just never had that place to shine. So maybe it uh Nairobi City Thunder will be that place for him. And then a player that I'll be honest, I don't know much about. I'm going to tell you his name. EJ Anusoki. He also joins Petro de la Wanda ahead of the Sahara Conference. So he's played in the G League in Canada, in France, in Belgium, in China, and in Korea. So he should be a name that people know. I'm interested to see what he brings to that team because Petro de la Wanda, as we all know, they're pretty like a force to be reckoned with. They're an all-round team. Obviously, they lost Carlos. So we'll see what he can do there. Moving on to the next topic. If you missed it, the WNBA had their draft. We have three certified Africans who were drafted. The first is, I'm going to say Aisha Kalubali. Aisha?
Mm,
Yes.
yes.
From Mali. You would have seen her before. African. So she has gone to, I want to say it was Seattle. Did I get that wrong? Where did she go? Chicago Sky. So it'll be interesting to see her there. She's going to be playing alongside my girl Angel Reese. So I'm really excited for that season. And then we have a Nigerian, or how do they call it? African American, so Nigerian American, uh, or Kikiola Ifarin. No, there's no R in there. Irefin.
If you don't know
Girl,
if you know, no, come on, come on, come on.
girl, you know that I don't know how to say your name. Everybody calls you Kiki. I'm gonna call you Kiki. I love you. Don't be mad at me. So she was selected fourth overall, and she will be playing with the Washington Mystics. Uh, I don't know much about her. I haven't seen her play for Nigeria before, so it'll be interesting to see if now that she's at W level, she will come and join the Nigeria team, especially in the upcoming AfroBasket. But to be honest, we've got a lot of weapons. I don't think we
Mm,
need to dominate anymore. But if we needed another one, Kiki's there. And finally, Dominique, here we go.
mm,
Malonga. That's what I'm going to go with. She was actually born in Yaoundé, born and raised, but she played for France and has a silver Olympic medal. So I don't think we're going to see her in the Cameroon colours anytime soon. But Eves did congratulate her, being a fellow Cameroonian. I think she got drafted second overall,
Yes.
and she's at Seattle Storm. So if you were not interested in the W before, you've got some Africans to be cheering on now. So get interested. You already had one, to be honest, with
mm.
from Mali. What's her name? Let's go. Come
I'm
on. I
Chateau
got this.
Maiga or
Sika Kone.
Sikakone.
Yo, yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
Sika Kone.
Sika could.
But yes. So Africans are starting to dominate the W. So if you haven't got a pass, get a pass. And speaking of Eves, I am saying his name right. Eves Messi.
Mhm.
Misi.
If
Yeah,
Nisi,
Me
yeah,
too, yeah.
yeah.
he might be
Misi. So
Cameroon's
he
next Messi. We never know.
what
Good luck.
he actually gave an interview to say that whether it's an Afrobasket, a World Cup, or the Olympics, any international competition, he wants to revive the Cameroonian basketball scene in general. So he's ready to put on his jersey and represent Cameroon, and we can't wait to see him. Hopefully,
Yeah.
that's a nod to say that he's coming to Afrobasket 2025. Angola, you better watch out because you see these other African
Me,
teams, they're not playing games with you. Okay,
Yeah.
me, God's willing,
I,
I will attend AfroBasket 2029. That's the only AfroBasket I'm waiting for. I don't
oh,
even wait for this one.
2029.
Yes,
Okay.
because you'll have Pascal
Uh,
Siakam, you will have Yves
wait,
Nisi,
can
you
I
will have
finish my hot
Ulri Chomche.
topics?
Go
Please.
on.
He's so
I haven't
excited.
finished my hot topics. My final hot topic is Amazing Amayo was named the Kalahari MVP, 16.2 points per game, 6.6 assists per game, and two steals per game. I spoke to him when he was in Barcelona. He said it was tough. He said this was probably the toughest BAL conference that he's been in, and people really don't understand like how different it is from 3 years ago when he started to now. So if you're not ready for the competition and the level up that everybody is on, you're going to fall flat on your face. So he's going back home, rest, recuperate, and get ready for the final leg. But he had to work really hard to help him, his side, the Rivers Hoopers, qualify for the BAL. And that, I believe, is all of my hot topics. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Those are great topics. We had the 6-6 Wembanyama in the WNBA. This is so cool to have. I'll tell you this, France will dominate in the next Olympics, when men's and women's side. This is a ball take, but
Oh,
I wanted to hear about what you guys think about all the
Oh,
hot
oh.
topics and to get your insight on the hot topics.
can I? One thing I want to add that
Mm,
I wanted to say after I've said the hot topics is with Dominique. She was born in Cameroon. Obviously, France
mm,
got her claws into her. Do we? She's African. That's not what I'm saying. But does she count as an African basketball player if she's never going to play for an African country?
sure.
Yes and
What do you
no.
She
mean
don't.
never? She could.
No, she can't. Once you've got an Olympic, that would mean she'd need to wait 4 years. Like if she
Mm,
decided now, right?
Yeah,
She would
yeah,
need
yeah.
to wait
yeah.
4 years and not play for anybody. And
Yeah.
these, she's in the prime of her
Yeah, true,
right
true.
now. Like
Of a
if
career,
I
yes.
was her parents or anyone, I wouldn't advise her to do that. You're already playing
Mm,
for France.
Yeah.
You've already got
Yeah.
a silver Olympic medal.
true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But
Mm,
can we
True.
actually call her an African? Because I've seen all the posts on social media. They're saying African basketball player. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, no, she's of African descent. Not even of Africa. She's African as in she was born in Africa. But
mhm.
I'm sure she sees herself as French because otherwise,
I
why
mean,
would you be playing for France?
no, she had the I think her dad is like dad's from Cameroon, mom is or dad's from the
Congo. Yeah.
Mom is from Cameroon. And then I mean she is I mean we had this discussion with a couple of people today because there's an Angolan girl playing for Italy.
Okay.
You
Mm,
know, another Angolan girl playing for Switzerland. You know, what are they? They are Swiss. She's a national of Angolan descent. You know, yeah. But to me, she has African blood. She is African. Just so happens she plays for another national team, which
But
is
mhm.
and there's a lot of people nowadays saying that she made a bad move. You know,
Why?
because going to the WNBA,
yeah,
she's like
money wise, right?
yeah, because the
Mhm,
NILs are crazy. She would
mm,
listen. That
Oh,
girl, listen. I know girls that they at a JUCO level. They're commanding $120,000, $150,000 to go to D1 school. She will get 500,000. This girl,
1,000.
she will
Easy.
get $500,000 to play. And then there's another thing. I mean, the WNBA doesn't pay that much. And
I was
then
gonna
Yeah.
ask. Do you think her contract is gonna be less than 500,000?
of
Oh yeah,
course,
it is.
of
I think
Yeah.
for
course,
Really?
they played 3 weeks. They played three
a
months.
rookie contract, it will be lesser than that.
Yeah,
Probably around 100. Let me double
Well,
check.
what
But
about endorsements? Won't endorsements make up for that?
I
Well,
mean,
didn't Caitlin Clark get like so much money in endorsements? It was more than the contract was worth.
yeah, Nike
No, but
thing. I mean,
we actually
Nike.
knew her
Yeah, but
because of D1, right? She played D1.
yeah, yeah.
She did, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. She did. She was the face of the NCAA, but that's another thing. Uh, I mean, I don't know if how advanced the French marketing, merchandising thing, like because she would sell. I mean, she get like let's say she would get a signature shoe.
You
Yeah,
think
she
so?
would get. No, I'm just saying hypothetically,
Oh,
she would
okay.
get a signature shoe. She would get
Mhm.
a percentage of that, the sales.
Mm.
But like big men and big women in their case, centers and power forwards, they don't sell that much. If you think about it, like who
Mm.
sells a lot of shoes? Guards.
Gods, yeah.
Yeah, guards sell a lot of shoes. Even Shaq, being a monster that
Mm.
he wasn't. I mean, his shoe was okay, but the shoes are too bulky because he has to play in those.
Yeah.
He's a beast of a man. So my estimation is she did lose a little bit of money by not going to college. But yeah, I mean, it's France is dominating the women's side and the men's side. Now they got this kid that plays here in Germany named Noah Esenge. I think that's his last name. Killer, killer. He put his name in the draft. So France is gonna,
How many of these French kids are actually African? Is this going to be another World Cup football moment where you look at the
All of
French
them.
team and it's just black faces?
all
Like,
of
what are we
them.
doing here?
All of
either
them.
Caribbean or African. Yeah, but then
Oh, nice.
Caribbean, if you go a couple of generations to the end, they're also African.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
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 So to add what Pedro said into the salaries that she's gonna make, I think yearly she will make 75 to 80K
Oh my
per
gosh,
year.
that's like a regular like office
Mm-hmm.
job. Like
So
respectfully, like
But that's
somebody
three.
working in a
yeah,
office job.
Yeah, but for 3 months though.
yeah.
The
Oh yeah.
WBA is 3 months, and then she goes and
She'll
plays,
go
and
to
yeah,
Europe
she
and
goes to
I,
Europe. Yeah.
I, I don't know it is like the same contraction like system as in the NBA as when you are a rookie and then your rookie contract is from the franchise. For example, let's say that you've been drafted number two, you will be paid $10 million. Like will be your yearly contract for like 2 years and then a team option like two
mm,
years teams option before that you get being unrestricted free agent or restricted free agent as well to get into another contract. But I think it's like the same system. Or she could have made a lot of money in college.
who do you think is advising young people to go into the draft so early? Because it feels like a lot of them are opting to go early as if they think if they don't go now, they're not going to get their
Mm,
chance again.
Uh, but you know what it is in terms of international players, because if you're an American player, you got to be a senior. You got to graduate from college,
Oh,
Mm,
and being
okay.
international is an advantage for that. She's 19.
true.
You know,
Mm.
so because like there's like Juju Watkins, I think that's the name, the
Yeah,
young
Juju
girl.
Yeah.
Watkins. Yeah.
Yeah, she got hurt, whatever, but she couldn't have gone to the WNBA even if she wanted to. So Shaq's daughter, the same thing. So they got to graduate. They play 4 years of college and go to the WNBA, as opposed to an
Oh.
international player. She's 1 year removed. So there's like a double standard to me.
Mm,
Whoever's advising, listen, I remember there was this Portuguese point guard named Tisha Penicheiro, crazy point guard. She was the number two draft pick in '97, if I'm not mistaken. Her
mm.
contract was, I think, 50,000. Who number one got
Mm.
50,000. She got, because there's like a little scale, but
Yeah.
that's another thing, like 50,000 for 3 months, house paid for, they got food, they got per diems.
Mm.
I mean, female women's basketball wasn't paying that much back then. Now
Mm.
there's they go to Russia. They used to go to Russia a lot, Russia, Turkey, and then
Mm,
make a little bit of money. Like the Candace Parker and the what's the name of that lady?
Diana
Yeah,
Taurasi.
yeah. They
Yeah.
made a killing in Russia. Now
mm.
I don't know how with the situation now being how it is. I don't know if
I mean,
there's
after Griner got arrested, I don't think any
no.
US players are going to Russia.
I
True.
know, I know, I know,
Well,
I know.
but yeah, thank you so much, Carol. That was a great work, great hot topic. Good,
I
good
do my
made you,
homework.
and I appreciate that. We're gonna see if the other applicants follow. So yeah, let's jump into the question of the week, which is: do you think that FIBA women's Afrobasket will take over men's Afrobasket in terms of viewership? To give to the listeners a little bit of context, in 2023, FIBA women's Afrobasket wasn't just like a tournament. Let's say it was a digital movement. In
Mm.
between, in between the competition, over 15 millions of views generated reaction, over 9 unique views, and over 115 millions impressions all across social media platforms. If you see what I mean. So it was really one of a kind of a tournament. And bear in mind, it was like competing between the others competition like women's Euro from women's Euro and and then after we got the Olympics and then the Olympic qualifiers. That one had the most views in all social media platform all across Africa. So this is why I'm asking the question for you guys today, and then for you too, Kero and Marcel, specifically that you guys work for the FIBA content team. Do you think that for this year's competition, women's Afrobasket will take over men's Afrobasket in terms of viewership? And then entertainment as well. Let's
I
start
don't
with
know about
Mars.
this fever that you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about.
Fever? What's fever?
What's this fever you're malarkey you're talking about?
It has
Talking
to be
about
that,
fever
Marcel will know
Kero.
connection.
more. Marcel will know more, definitely.
Talking about fever connection. But I leave the floor to the lady. She needs to speak first.
She needs to speak first.
I will say that the movement is definitely there. I think it's definitely clear. But I don't think it's just with basketball. I think we can see in all women's sports over the last 3 years, there's been uh, a massive push towards women's sports.
Mm,
And we see that in the amount of money they make. We see that in the advertising. We see that in the merchandise that's being released. We see that in the idea of telling young women and young girls that the sky is the limit, that they shouldn't feel like just because a guy can do it, they can't do it. So I think that that has now pushed and translated into Afrobasket. And what we saw with Afrobasket was two things happening. That plus the fact that it was in Rwanda, and we
mm,
already have spoken about how Rwanda treats basketball and how it treats sports. I think it will be very interesting to see if Cote d'Ivoire live up to what Rwanda did, because it's it's not just a movement in Rwanda. Basketball is like everyday life. Like it's like going to see a football game. You buy your
mm,
ticket, you go. It's an event. You go with your friends. You enjoy the atmosphere. You're a fan.
true.
I wonder if Cote d'Ivoire has that same mentality when it comes to basketball, but they're now specifically women's basketball, because I think one thing that Rwanda had going for it is they were coming anyway, but then their team was good. It's one
Mm,
thing for you to like come to support your team. It's another thing for your team to make it to the semifinals. And you're just like, hold on a minute.
true.
We're out here with the big boys now. We're sitting with Senegal, we're sitting with Mali, we're sitting with Nigeria. What are
Mm,
we doing? Nobody expected Rwanda was going to be in that final four. Let's be very honest. I thought it would be Angola or Mozambique. That's or potentially Egypt. Those were the teams that I was expecting to see. Another team that surprised me was Uganda.
mhm,
I didn't think they were that good. So now coming into this Afro basket, you have at least 6 of the 12 teams that we can say are competitive and they're ready. And I think those 6 federations, they'll bring fans, which adds to the game. But if Cote d'Ivoire doesn't bring fans for their own games, we're going to have empty arenas. On the
mm,
viewing side of that, I would love to know how what the numbers were for courtside for women's.
mm,
Because on social media, you're absolutely right. They were
mm,
killing it. All
mhm,
the women's content was being shared by every major platform we can think of. Everybody was on top of it.
mhm.
How does that translate into the numbers? How many people were watching it? And is Cote d'Ivoire going to do a good ad campaign the same way Rwanda did a good ad campaign to get people, if you're not coming into the arena to watch, are they going to buy the games so people can watch them at home? Because that's what Rwanda did.
Mm,
If you're not in the arena, you could watch them on TV. And if they don't buy it, other federations, is Nigeria going to buy the home games for the games for their teams for people to watch it at home? Is
mm,
Senegal going to buy their games for people to watch it at home? Because that's what's also increasing the numbers.
true.
I think when it comes to men, you will find Cape Verde, Egypt, Tunisia, they buy the games so that if you're not there, you can still watch it. I'm interested to know if that's what's going to happen here. And in terms of the basketball scene in Cote d'Ivoire, this is where I'll hand over to Cello because he's there. He can tell us,
Mm,
are those arenas going to be full?
All right, just to enter real quick into that question, I'm not quite sure 100%. But there's always strategy in order to fulfill arenas. But talking about
mm,
the game specific, especially, we know that if you look at the past championship of Cote d'Ivoire, they managed to finish at the top 8, if I'm not mistaken, in 2019 and 2021.
mm,
2023 was not that good for them, but they in the past in the last 3 editions they managed to finish 7 twice, count without counting the past one in 2023. But as you mentioned, sports wise is going to be complicated because for sure we do have the culture of sports in Cote d'Ivoire. If you see
mm,
that AFCON was the best sports event organized in Africa ever. You
true.
have the
True.
numbers, you have the attendance. People were selling
And the
tickets.
song.
And the song, yeah,
Yeah.
we're
and the
still
and the
doing the
fame
dance now.
yeah and the famous song which went viral and worldwide. But on the basketball side, if not the men's, I'm not expecting the amount of viewership that Cote d'Ivoire did have during the AFCON into the AfroBaskets. If we organize an
Mm,
AfroBasket men like 2013 in the upcoming years, let's say 2032 or 33,
mm,
for sure you're gonna have something special. Definitely you're gonna have something special because you have performance of the athletes. In this past
mm,
decade, Cote d'Ivoire has been well positioned. You have
true.
stars, you have Solo Diabates and even though he's 37, he still lives he's living his footmarks or prints, if you want, into the
Mm,
basketball, in African basketball. And yeah, with the under 18 coming up, they have talents. For sure, we do have talents. But in terms of viewership for the ladies, it's going to be really complicated. What you mentioned
mm,
about the Rwanda is that, of course, they 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 consume basketball as a domestic sport now. And if you go on social media, you're gonna see that the Rwanda Basketball League is trending. You have
Mm.
Americans coming here. You have even Africans, Senegal and
And
Congo.
Brits.
Yes, see, and that's what makes the games basketball league in Rwanda more seen perceived. And here it's way different. The only thing I see Cote d'Ivoire make a large number of viewership is bringing those local artists. You know what? You see what I mean? Because the
Mm.
I remember I was in Morocco and DAL managed to bring El Grande Toto. I really don't know which this guy. I really don't know him. Maybe Deji knows him, but
Mm.
he's a Moroccan rapper which based in France.
Yeah, I saw it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
But despite the fact that tickets were sold out, reason number
Mm.
one was the fact of seeing El Grande Toto performing
True.
twice.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you have young fans which are not really into fuse or fat union sports. See what I mean?
Mm.
But because that
Yeah.
Mm.
artist was there, it was fully packed. So I think this might be one
Interesting.
opportunity for Cote d'Ivoire to to do the same thing as they did during AFCON. That's my take on it.
Sorry, did they have a performer during AFCON? Did they perform the song during AFCON?
Yes, it was
At the
like
opening ceremony or something?
at the
Yeah,
closing
okay.
ceremony. Yes,
At the
At the
closing.
closing,
Okay, okay. Yeah.
but the
it wasn't
song
the
was released.
official theme. Yeah.
Yes, but the song was
It was.
released on December, the first 2 weeks of December 2022 or 2023. My bad. The
Mm.
first week of December, this artist released that song and it went viral.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah. So because of the power of
interesting.
social media, at the end of the day, the organization was forced to bring him because
Yeah.
opening ce-
True.
opening ceremony was a done deal, and it was really good.
Mm.
It was
Yeah,
really really
yeah, I
nice.
saw it.
It was really
It
It
good.
was
felt
nice.
like
Yeah.
a an Olympic ceremony. Like it was, I like a lot of work went into it. It was really
Exactly.
nice.
Yes, exactly. And
But what you're
at the end
saying
of
is
the
we can't
day,
expect that for women's Afrobasket. That's what you're telling me.
for sure you're gonna have basketball fans, Cote d'Ivoire basketball fans. They are all going to be there. And my expectation is that what you said at first, the fact that the sports industry is growing, you have female basketball which is taking over. And what I want to add to your point is the fact that the game, talking about pure basketball in Africa, relating to the women's, you see the competition, you see blood, you see sweat, you see tears, you see everything. The fact of the girls playing with that willingness makes the game more interesting. To be honest, I didn't see in the men's. Every time you see those kind of games, is it's between the final four. Let's be honest, because you
Yeah,
know
they're
that
blowout
Senegal will
games
beat.
in the group stages.
Yeah, you know, for instance, that Senegal will beat Central African Republic. I'm not,
Wow,
I, I'm not,
shots.
I, I'm
That
not
was
throwing stones,
unnecessary.
but you see those games where you're expecting the normal thing to happen and then it happens. See
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Mm.
for the ladies, they're 12 teams. And now I'm saying that every team has the opportunity. You remember Guinea did beat Angola to
Mm.
go to the quarterfinal.
Yeah, it's
They
Mm.
true,
used to be
actually.
they used to be beaten so many times that now they have that opportunity to beat one of the best historic team in Africa, talking about basketball, women basketball. So you even my own team, even Cote d'Ivoire, I expect Cote d'Ivoire to finish in the top five.
That's
You know,
Wow.
that's ambitious.
The
yes.
power of friendship, FPA is in there.
See what I'm because
Yeah, true.
unexpected things may come. For sure, I have in
Hmm.
mind that I really want to see Mozambique against Nigeria once again, just to see just to see which team will win. See what I
I mean,
mean?
it's a tough
But
one,
it,
right?
Spoiler
yes,
alert, it will be in the semis, and then they will play Senegal in the finals, and we're gonna
Why
take
do you
our
think Senegal is
revenge.
getting to the finals?
I don't
Sorry,
know.
I love your team, but I think it's very clear now that Senegal is on the decline,
Yeah.
whereas teams
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
yes,
Rwanda and
yes.
Yes.
Mali.
Mozambique, Mali
Mali.
especially are on the upcline. No, what do you call it? What's the opposite of decline?
On the rise.
On the
On the
right.
rise.
I said upcline. Cut that out. That's not English.
Alert.
But
That's a blooper
but
alert,
but but
please.
see what I mean. And
Yeah.
even Joe,
Mm,
the bird can agree with me with all of those 12 teams. They do
mm.
have a star. Maybe they're not
Mm,
recognized
Yeah.
yet, but they do have the star. You have the top
Yeah.
four:
True.
Nigeria, Senegal, Mali, and Rwanda. You
Mm.
have Egypt, you have Mozambique, you have Angola, and
Yeah.
you have
Uganda.
Uganda.
As
Not to
well.
mention Cote d'Ivoire, Kenya,
Mm,
Congo, and Guinea. Now you do have South
mm,
Sudan.
mm.
Mm,
See what I mean? And
yeah.
if you remember episode 5, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh my
WBLA,
gosh.
CNSS did beat
It's
the
true.
defending
It's true. That
champ.
was sick.
Yes, I
Like,
remember.
yeah.
The
You
fact that you know
remember?
the episode is crazy.
It was episode 4, I think. The one that we
What was it?
recorded at Onomo.
Yeah, when we were
Yeah,
in Onum.
yeah,
Oh, good times, man.
definitely. So see, everything can happen, and it's just because of
Mm,
the fact that sports, women basketball in Africa has been growing over the years.
Mhm.
mm.
Everyone wants to beat Nigeria. For
It's
sure.
rude.
Because just imagine if you are that team who disqualify
Mm.
Nigeria ahead of the final.
Don't do it. Don't say. Why would you say that?
It will be historical, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That
of
would hurt
course.
me. Do you know what would hurt me more is if it was Angola that did it. Oh my god, I would be so, no, because I love Italy, Lucas. But if she comes for my team, our friendship is done.
Yo, Italy
you,
Lucas, if you
you,
watch this video, please write it down. You have a mission to
you,
accomplish.
I know. Put a pin on
yeah,
it. Yeah.
put a bit.
Don't do
And
it.
Definitely,
You don't need to
definitely.
do it. Go and do you know who you need to take down? Senegal. Go after them. You don't
then
need. We don't need you.
But I just can't
Angola,
wait.
Italy,
I
Lucas.
just can't I just
Stop
can't
it.
wait about the draw, which will happen this
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Yo, this week, right?
And
Mm,
Yeah, I
then,
know. I know.
yes.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna we
Wednesday.
that episode is going to be special. If we need to do a special episode, please let us do it because I have a lot to
I'll be
say about
hosting.
those two.
I'll be hosting.
And then please
Yes.
And I know the
don't
man
do
wants
like
to talk about it too.
I know, and then they're gonna. I'm sure it's gonna be like, okay, Angola, Mozambique, the same group, just to
I hope
kill us.
not. I
No,
hope
I
no,
No, they're
hope
no,
not.
gonna
no,
not.
no,
do it
no,
because
no,
they
no.
hate us.
But see, Cello made a
But
good point that the women's
Mm,
AfroBasket is more competitive than the men's
Yeah,
AfroBasket. So
Oh,
in the
definitely.
draw, I mean, I would like to say the draw is random. I hope it is
mm.
random. It
I
would
hope
be
to.
better. It would be better if you draw those teams in a competitive way, like
Mm,
separate the zone 6 teams, separate the zone 5
yeah.
teams,
but that's why they
separate
do.
Nigeria and Senegal,
mm.
separate Rwanda and Uganda, so that we start to see those rivalries and those matchups because that's really what we want to see.
True.
Exactly, definitely. But you know how the competition system goes. You have the top
Mm,
tier teams, you have the middle, and then you have the low. The if you
mm.
want
So,
the
but in
low.
women's Afrobasket, I think that there's way more top tier teams than you would have in men's Afrobasket.
Okay.
True.
Now, but you
True.
did justify
In,
with your
in
point.
in this year,
You did
yeah.
justify
This
it.
year,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yes,
this year, yes.
it wasn't the case in 2019. Of course, we do have Mozambique, Senegal,
Mm,
Mali, Nigeria, but now you have Rwanda, which is in the list.
Hmm.
mm.
Yes, you have
Uganda.
Uganda,
Egypt,
which is
Egypt
in the
Uganda.
and
list.
Yeah.
You
Uganda.
still have you
Uganda
still have
is doing
Egypt.
something special.
I'm telling
Egypt
you,
as well, they could come back and surprise you and shock you.
Yeah.
of
Yep.
course.
Yep.
Not to
That's so
Cameroon.
mention
true.
Congo,
Let.
DR Congo.
Yeah, true, true.
But
True.
Yeah,
but
Let.
at the end of the day, my take is that on talking about the sports, the competition as a whole is going to be a
Mm,
great competition. Definitely is
mm,
going to be great. Marketing wise or marketing side, I just got my finger crossed. Like,
He
But
knows his
yeah,
there's
but
faith.
country.
There's no
no,
faith.
no,
He
no, no.
knows his country.
I do have faith on the organization. They're gonna do an amazing work. 100%
Mm,
agree. But what if they do and still the fans won't show up because they don't see any interest about women's basketball?
mm,
See what I mean? For
But
yeah.
whose
me,
fault would that be? Whose fault it, because we uh, my argument is, sorry, I know the P Funk and the Beard want to speak, but just
Yeah.
quickly, my question would be, you guys knew that you were hosting women's Afro Basket from last year. You didn't just find out now. So from last year till now, what has the federation been doing? What has FIBA Africa been doing to promote women's basketball in the country so that when it comes to the summer,
Mm,
it's not like shock. Oh my gosh, these teams are here. It's like, oh my gosh, we've been waiting for these teams to come. How do we get tickets?
mm,
And that's where my question: whose fault would
let
it be
me
if nobody
let
shows up?
me let me answer real quick with a quick story. Here in Cote d'Ivoire, in any kind of sports, when the home team is playing, I mean, for sure, football or soccer, if you want, is not involved. But as long as you see Cote d'Ivoire going up in the stands, it's now that the people are going to show up. That's one.
mm,
Number two, you won't see any promotion during the promotional days, if I make myself clear. But during the
wow.
opening ceremony, maybe it will be a closeout. Like
But that
the
doesn't make sense.
see,
Wow.
just to let you know that it's not as planned as they wanted to. I don't know if I can just talk about faith or something, but the D
You
Day,
said faith.
like the D Day, you're gonna see
What do you mean faith? There's money
the
involved. There's people involved. Why are
Welcome
we
to
waiting on faith?
Africa, Beth Lady.
So we're just gonna pray and hope people turn up in the
We gotta
stands.
cross fingers. We gotta cross
no, but
fingers.
definitely, I know that my people are expecting the competition to be authentic, authentic. My bad. It's going to be a lot of fun, and if they see that
Mm,
there's an opportunity for Ivorians to be a part of something big, like seeing artists, seeing that basketball is something that is big, why
mhm,
not? And the federation did an amazing job back in 2022. That's my last point. They did an amazing job during the World Cup qualifiers in Abidjan.
mm,
If you were attending those games live, everyone was saying that the job has been well done because people were there with their families. I mean, their friends. Everyone did attend the game of Cote d'Ivoire, and it was really, really nice. So based on that, I can see Cote d'Ivoire Federation organizing, I mean, a great, really, really great job so that fans would come and see and watch the games.
That's exactly the point I wanted to raise. The only way they can have a better viewership than the men's Afro basket is if there's a marketing team and it works
Mm.
upwards. You don't wait 3 months until the event to start working.
Thank you.
mhm,
That's the only thing. How you communicate on social media. Everyone's got a phone. Everyone's got Facebook, got TikTok, got all that. As long as you
mm,
communicate, as long as you build the momentum for that, it's the only way it can overtake the men's Afro basket in terms of viewership. Now, the stars, the women stars, will they be in Abidjan in August? That's another question. I mean, we'll see Nigeria, we'll see Senegal, we'll see Rwanda, and all that. But are there enough stars to draw people to the arena? This is the question that.
Do you not think that there's stars though?
No, no.
Like from the last
You
Afro
say what?
Basket?
Local stars or
No, no, no. Stars
Oh,
in each team, each of those
yeah.
oh
teams.
Are there
yeah.
are there enough stars to draw people? Because when you look back at the men's Afro basket, what you see is you have players from Real Madrid coming, uh, from NBA probably, from NCAA and all that. But for the women's Afro basket, will those stars be there? This I think
But
will
I
Sika
make a
hope to
Kone
impact
see.
is a
on
star.
how
Sika Kone
much.
is a star.
I
I hope to
think
see Shidaya
Italy
Peters,
What?
Lucas is
by
a
the
Which
star
way.
one?
too.
One
Amy
one
Okonkwo,
you
Sierra
have
Dillard,
Italy Lucas.
Italy Lucas.
Italy Lucas, yeah.
If Yana Elfi plays for Egypt,
How
that's a
many
star.
stars? How many women stars
Mhm.
do we have? That's the question. I'm not saying there are no.
Yeah.
I said you remember about the players of the decade that has been done by FIBA.
Yeah,
You do remember, right? So
He
if we
probably
need to
wrote the
list
article.
if if we start to list those names, regardless of the quiz, if you manage to have the last three All-Star teams, that's 15, right? Because they've been different, right?
sorry, repeat your question.
I said if you take the last three All-Star teams, that makes 15 players, right? I'm not quite sure if there is any player that has been back to back in those All-Star teams.
Oh, in the All
Out
Star
of three,
5.
out of fives,
Yes.
and MVPs.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah. If
true.
you
That's
want
a good point,
All-Star five,
actually.
Mm.
yes. Of course, two players from
That's a
Nigeria,
good one.
each championship from
But they've been
2019.
different. They've been different every
Yeah,
time.
Yes. So
even
that
though
makes
if they're
15.
in the MVPs, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
At least you have two per top four or top five teams.
Mm.
That's 10 already. And if you add the remaining ones, for sure we do have. But I hope, like I said, I hope to see, and people can tell us more about it. Like, if you have any updates about those stars coming from the US. I know Shinaya Pinto did participate last time. Who has we got?
Um, you know what I think? Like the question was like, if women's Afrobasket will outshine men's Afrobasket. I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. We talked a little bit about the WNBA before, right? The NBA, WNBA loses money every year.
Hmm.
They lose money every year, even though they have the stars, the star
That's
appeal,
true.
But then check, you watch EuroLeague, but there's also a women's EuroLeague. I don't know who's in the
Yes.
final. I don't know in the playoffs. Not that I don't. I'm gonna be
Mm.
real. It's not that I don't
Mm.
follow. I watched the Final Four. NCAA.
Yeah.
I watched. I try to. But the thing is, there's more men's basketball on TV. We have to
Mm.
be like we have to agree. Like we they just showed nominated the all the no all EuroLeague first team and second team. I don't know
Mm.
who's the counterparts on the women's side. I know there's
Amy Okonkwo
Maybe
was there,
Conco.
just so you know.
was she.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
my thing that I don't watch as much women's basketball as I should. Could be, but then my question is, do they show WNBA in Ivory Coast? Because they
Nope.
probably don't know. Because it would be like, okay, these stars they play the WNBA, they play
I
this
mean,
and that.
I have to purchase a pass to watch it. See what I mean?
There you go. So no one watches. I mean, right now, you if you want to know about the NBA, you can go. Like if there's some okay, there's NBA Africa on the on IG. You can go and follow the African players, whatever. Once they go back, they highlighted, okay, such and such from NBA, such and such from this. Do we have the same for women? So my thing is, I don't know how in terms of social media, because the social media from Rwanda is crazy.
Yeah.
'Cause do you remember,
Yes.
like, was it 2021 that there was a cyber attack or whatever? Like somebody hacked the thing. So the only source of information was the Rwandan IG. Remember, like in Afrobasket
Yes.
was yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Mm.
they gave him a boost. They
Yeah.
gave him a boost, and they really, really work on that. Like come on, I remember, like they got the planes landing, the people. They
Yeah.
whoever's working on their social media
It's
platforms is
killing
doing
it.
a great job. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if the same can be said about the other African counterparts? I don't know.
Mm.
So in order to, because like I said, in Angola, we're gonna have the men's Afrobasket. It's gonna coincide with the 50th anniversary of our independence. So there's a lot
That's
of, you
amazing.
know. So yeah, but then if you watch the Angolan league, the arenas are empty. The arenas
But
are
why
empty
is that?
Oh,
Why?
because first of all, a lot of these teams they wanna because sports is supposed to be making money,
Mhm.
right? So
yeah, right.
they charge like right now Angola is a huge financial crisis. People families don't have money, so you cannot charge. If it's either like, hey, am I gonna go to the arena with my family, or I'm gonna go buy groceries for a week? You know,
Mm.
Mm.
Do you think
unless
that's going to be the same with the Afrobasket? Then they're going to charge
they better they
high
better
prices.
they better let the doors open. Otherwise, it will be. I'm telling you,
It will be.
because first
You
of all,
don't
the
think it
arena
will be
is
more than
far.
difficult?
Yeah, the arena
Empty
is far.
probably.
Yeah, the arena. I mean, when Angola plays, I remember like at the window qualifying
Yeah,
window. When
yeah,
Angola
true.
played, they had to open at the end
Mm.
to make because it's
Mm.
first of all is away from like it's not in the city.
The
Oh,
city.
it's not?
True.
Yeah,
No, no,
it's
it's
not.
right.
It's not.
Columbus
Just like in
far.
Dakar. Just
Yeah,
like in
it's
Yeah,
Dakar.
Oh, okay.
definitely.
so
True.
yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
then logistically to get there, and then some of these games were like during the week. I mean, it was Friday. Imagine Friday, huge traffic,
Yeah.
people getting off work. They don't get there in time. So I'm just saying, like, hopefully in Abidjan, because I remember like you guys had a qualifying window too. I mean, but it was the male version. I think there's more. The stars are more like, I don't know, uh, endeared. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But hopefully, because the
Mm.
women, there are rivalries now. Everyone wants to beat Nigeria,
Yeah.
and then there's some. There's Mali's on the come up. With these
Mhm.
with the
Yeah.
youth level teams.
Mm.
Angola wants to make sure, hey, we're not that bad like last time we did. So Mozambique
Mm.
Yeah.
wants to do it, Egypt, Tunisia. You don't, South Sudan is coming with this little
Mm.
wow effect. So
Mm-hmm.
For
right
Cameroon,
now,
we finished third
yeah,
in
Cameroon, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, there you go. So now,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
okay, top three. Okay, Nigeria is a clear favorite, but
Thank
I
you.
don't know. No, no, it is. It is. I got to be.
Yeah.
And you guys have a pool of players that you can still go and get.
Mm-hmm.
The Angolan team is getting a little bit older. A
Mm.
little bit
Mm.
older,
That's
but
true.
But
yeah,
I
but
saw I
we
saw I
not.
saw the rebuild process in 2023. They brought youngsters like Sarah Cayetano and yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got
I think
some. We got
build
some
with
players.
the young.
Yeah, we got girls in the states too. It's just a
Mm,
question of them being integrated in the on
Mm.
the national
Yeah, on
team,
the
senior
national
level.
team.
I don't
Yeah.
know how it is with Mozambique. Mozambique also got some girls
Mm.
that play NCAA, whatever. They could come. So I
Mm.
think it's like this. Hey, there's Nigeria's gonna be hunted.
Oh, God.
Nigeria gonna be hunted. Believe me. I'm
Mm.
of
telling you.
God.
course,
So
like there's no
That
there's
I
no catch.
actually think the the order of Afrobasket is gonna be Nigeria won, but like by a slither. Like this is the year where they could almost lose it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
yeah.
Mali's gonna come second.
They will be battle tested. That's for
I think
sure.
Mali is gonna come second. And I
and third,
actually I'm telling you, I think for me, it's between Cameroon. I don't know why you're holding up for Angola, Sha. I really don't. I think Cameroon and Rwanda. And I think Senegal is gonna come like fifth or something. I think something will
Yes.
Fifth.
happen.
Yes,
Hear
me
me
too.
out. I
I
think
don't know why,
something will
but
happen, and
Fifth.
Rwanda and Cameroon and or potentially Uganda are just going to come and upset everything. And everything we knew about women's African basketball is just going
Mm.
to go outside its head because we already know Mali is coming. We've known that for the longest time. So you're prepared for Mali. But what you're not
Mm.
prepared for is Uganda, Rwanda, and Cameroon because you just don't know what could happen.
no, no. Are you? Can I ask you something? Is Angola going to go with their handball team?
No.
Okay, all right.
Like the
But
best
Thank
solution.
you, guys.
can I ask you something? Can Angola run with Mali?
It's a
Because they
40-minute
can't.
game. It's a
It's a
40
40-minute,
minute
and
game.
in that 40 minutes, you've seen Mali stop it. Those girls
Mm-hmm.
are dominating when
Hmm.
it comes to. They run
Yeah,
faster than us. They've got stamina. They know each other inside out.
Yeah, true, true.
The team that knows each other the most is gonna win this game. Is gonna win AfroBasket. That's
true.
Mali. I
And
hate to say it, but it's also Egypt because Egypt plays together in their local league. Rwanda plays together in their local
Yeah,
leagues. And then
Exactly.
Nigeria happens to just be like really great players that can just come together, click their fingers, and they have an amazing coach that is able to unify them. But those
true.
four teams, they're dangerous.
Mhm.
Let's
Dangerous.
I have the best solution. Let's just make the 12 team championship to a 16 one, and that's it. No more qualifiers because all of those teams, you
I
have
don't
all
think
of
we
those
have
teams.
16 teams though. Which four teams are you going to add that are not there now?
Cape
Mm.
Verde, Kenya, Congo, and either Tunisia, Morocco. See what I mean?
Morocco is a good one,
yeah,
actually. Their youth team is strong.
yeah,
That's what's up.
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I
I'm
see what you're saying.
Madagascar too. Get Madagascar.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
yeah,
Yes.
Madagascar,
Yeah, Madagascar boy.
islands
Yes.
need
The
to be
island
Island
added.
boy.
boy,
Yeah, yeah,
Island boy.
okay.
Yeah.
Bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on.
Thank you so much, you guys, for this input. And we're gonna have end the fun a little bit. It was really insightful and really a really great conversation that we have here. We just hope that organization will be all right, and then the stream platforms will be as better than what we had during the qualifiers back in Luanda.
We're
So
gonna do
that's
better.
what
We're gonna do better.
we have to do
We
better. This
are
is a major
going to
tournament.
do great.
Yes, and
Thank you,
we will
FIBA.
do great. Thank you. Thank you, FIBA. This is
Thank you,
Marcel
FIBA.
FIBA.
Yeah.
OG's hiding a little bit, but we
I
know
don't know
you.
what you're talking about. I don't know this FIBA.
I still don't understand the hate though. Like why?
I
Why
don't
people
I don't
getting
understand
jealous?
either, but yeah, let's go on. So next segment will be BAL Season 5 update. Since the Kalahari conference ended last week, we're gonna hand it over to Marcel to give us a little bit of update of the Kalahari conferences, the MVP that won, and then a roundtable of what game did impress you so far, and what is the biggest disappointment that you have in this tournament, as in for a team or a player. And then we start with Marcel.
All right. So as everyone saw, the Kalahari conference is a wrap. The teams that went to the top two are Al Ittihad, which went 6-0, and the Rivers Hoopers 4-2. Guys, Al Ittihad is here to win that championship.
Duh.
Petro de
To win
Luanda
it
needs to do
all.
something. Like they really need to do. I see P-Funk. I see your team. I see they're great, but are they great enough? Because
Six and oh.
the
Six
amazing thing
and oh.
that I
That's
saw that
crazy.
this team check all the boxes on paper and on the court as well. The
Mhm.
starting five, they're not including Majok Deng. Can you
That's
just
crazy.
imagine? That's crazy.
That's sick.
That's that's crazy. The both South
Their
Sudanese are
their
on the
bench is
bench.
so. That's what I'm saying. The bench is so deep. Sorry, it's Al Ittihad, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Al Ittihad is to me an NBA team because whoever put together that roster understood we have a
Yeah.
mission to accomplish. And
Hmm.
when I take somebody off and put somebody on, you're gonna
Yeah,
come and perform. You didn't come here
yeah.
to look pretty.
True.
I heard a rumor, and Marcel can maybe confirm or deny
Mm.
that
Yeah.
when the BAL were following them around and wanting to do their behind the scenes and camera stuff, the
Mm.
team were like, no, absolutely not. We're not here for that. We came here to win the game. You're not going to follow
Wow.
us around. We're not going to do. They had one or two hit, but they were like, we're not here to do your social media nonsense. We came here to
Mm.
win games. And I think there needs to be a healthy balance because I'm also going to be one of those people that's following people around and asking them to do social media stuff.
Mhm.
But it's good to see that like this team had a focus and like you said they came to win. Every other team now in all the conferences are looking
True.
at them as the team to chase down and beat.
hmm
Definitely,
And then
definitely.
there is one stat that I really wanted to see if it is something very reliable, as in the bench difference. Every time that the starting five go off and then the bench coming, they are
Mm,
outscoring other people's bench.
that's crazy.
If you watch the game
Like
against
2016
FUS
Golden
Rabat,
State
or
Warriors.
also that's the thing. They be putting like runs, deep runs through the bench, and then yeah, sometimes you can match a little bit the starting five, but once the bench taking the game, you're in trouble.
I
Cello, can I
remember,
ask a question about their coach? Like, what's the history of that? Like, because he knows what he's doing.
yeah, I did. Unfortunately, I couldn't get him, but the players. I have national
Okay.
team players, and what they said is that what they want to achieve is to represent Egypt above everything else.
Damn.
Mm. All right.
That national pride is strong, you know.
What was the last time Egypt was on the podium on an Afrobasket? What was the last time?
Ooh.
Wasn't it like
Oh,
the 60s or something?
It was
at
2013,
this
I think.
the 60s will
Okay.
be far.
Oh
They
no, I
Yeah.
went.
thought you meant when they won. They won in the 60s, no?
Yeah, yeah, but
Definitely they won. But the last time
he meant in the in the podiums like.
Oh, sorry, I
Yeah.
apologize.
Yeah.
yes, it
2013.
was it was against Angola in the finals, right?
Hmm hmm
Yes.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then you do have Afro League, which became BAL. It was North African countries like IS Saleh who won that championship.
Mm,
2021 it was Zamalek, but you know what? Zamalek came as a replacement of Al Ahly because
Oh
of that
really?
COVID year. Yes, because of that COVID year,
Oh
they changed the formal champion, which was Al Ahly back in the
wow.
day. So see, now that
I
Ali
didn't know that.
Tiad is back with 4 to 6 national team players, that's the one thing that they want to achieve. That's number one. And number two, they just say to me that they take each game like it was a final.
Damn.
And that last game against Fus de Rabat, no, the fifth game, I think. No, it was sorry, the very first time they play against the home team, it was like a neck and neck game. But coming back to the second half, Majok, he did hit three threes.
Mm.
They just started to go on the run, like 12-0 run, 14-2 run, 20-5 run. Like it seems like they started to see exactly the weak points of their opening, and
Mm.
they really abuse on the threes, they abuse on the pick and rolls. Everyone was contributing, and if you see on the stat sheets, everyone is playing. Even the rookie just hit a three, and everyone was going wide.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, just to let you know. But yeah, that's a top-notch team. My biggest disappointment is Stade Malien.
I think they're
come
all
back.
Nah.
everybody was disappointed in Stade Malien.
No, no,
People
no,
had
no,
high
no, no,
hopes
no.
for them.
No,
The
let me clarify
crocodile.
it. Let me clarify it. I under like it was um in the upcoming of the games, like they played the first game against Haitians, which they could have won, but
Could they?
w- they couldn't. Like Haitian was strong enough for them.
Yeah.
And I actually got the point that they lost 5 to 6 players that led them to the qualification of this year BAL season 5. Jumbo was not there. Marcon Keita was not there as well. These are the point guards and the shooter of the team. They couldn't rely on any shooter. Like you, for sure, you have Mahaman Koulibaly. We did the best he could, but he was all alone. Even Hussein Usambe, he's a good kid. Like I saw him on during the other 18, but it wasn't enough. And it seems like
And
they
he's a
couldn't.
kid.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
kid. He
Yes.
shouldn't be, the responsibility shouldn't be on him to carry that team.
No, I know what you mean, but uh, regarding to the import players, that's the one they looked up to because he fill the blanks in the length going to the basket, taking rebound. It's more like a 3 and D guy. Like, if I can say, just not to throw flowers to Senegal, but it's like a baby James or something. He's not athletic enough to be like LeBron James, but he does things like 3 and D things. See what I mean? But it
Yeah.
wasn't enough.
And that,
Like, for
and
me,
that,
for me,
yeah.
they. You say what?
No, no, no. I was just saying, at some point of a game, he was trying to kind of do everything alone to kind of do something. So he was kind of jumping around the street in the
They,
arena.
because
So
at
it
the end of
was
the day,
a lot of Euro goal for him.
Mm.
they were desperate for that win, and
Mm,
it came like a downfall or something. Because as much as you were hyped for the first game and that you saw that opportunity to win the game, but you lost,
hmm
they went back into the second game. They were all hyped up, and then they lost
hmm
by 10, I think, 10 or less.
mm,
Cartier Diarra
Mm.
told me that it was good, the fact of losing from a big margin to a lower margin, because they understood their weaknesses and they tried to work on that. Still, it wasn't
mm.
enough. Still, it
Yeah,
wasn't
they
Is
enough.
keep
is
losing.
is Cartier not the one that in the middle of an interview he was checking girls out? I don't think he was
Really?
very focused, to be fair. I mean, he's fine. We all know this. We get it. But dude, the camera was in front of your face. Like, have some composure.
And then that crocodile thing logo.
Oh, it
Oh,
killed
please,
me.
please.
People are still talking about that.
Don't get
Everyone
Pedro
is listening.
fired.
Lucy, don't put that picture, please. But anyway, yeah, that was it. That was it. Like, talking about the home team, it was a disappointment as well. Now we just
Oh gosh.
crossing
Mhm.
the fingers just to see Flatunion Sport de Rabat being in the playoffs. It was really tough for
Yeah.
them. Really, really, really tough.
Mm.
But this
It's
is
a tough
one this
conference.
yes, this is one more thing that I want to mention. It seems like they do they do have a good team, but this is not the most appreciated team in Morocco.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Like,
I
it
think
seems
I
like
did
AS
heard about it.
Saleh, it seems like AS Saleh is
Mm.
even deeper in terms of fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People were saying, like, if it was AS Saleh, it could have been every day, like every day. Um,
Packed arenas.
But that
yes,
I
fully
don't think
back.
that would have helped them win the games. The fact was, compared to the other teams, their team sheet wasn't strong enough. Fans is great. It's a great six man, but the fan
So
isn't playing the game.
no, you see
But
you see that influence. Second game, River Supers against Fus de Rabat.
who's the
They
other?
should have taken that win at home, but they couldn't. You know why? There's
Why?
two words: amazing Amayu.
The GOAT.
Amazing and that play that sealed the deal for River Supers, it was the step back three of Maxi Chamba. Frank, you were talking
Mm.
about
Mm.
the African point guard. This is the guy that you need to watch. Maxi Chamba, I mean, props to him, man. He did exactly. It's not as good as Will Perry, but he gets the job done, and
Yeah.
he did that for
Mm.
Rivers Hoopers. Definitely, he's a point
I
guard.
think
He
I think he
does
will
assist.
improve
Sorry,
from this conference. I think he's going to improve. Sorry, he has
definitely.
improved during the conference. Sorry, so that when he gets to the final phase, I think we're going to see a more decisive, well-rounded,
Mm. Yeah.
sharper player. Because
Mm.
you
Definitely.
don't know it until you do it. Do you know what I mean? You
True.
don't know
Yes.
how to adjust until you're having to adjust. So once they've adjusted now you're going to the competition. I think if anything, Rivers Hoopers have the biggest advantage because they've played Ali Ittad. So they
Mm.
know what to expect. Everyone else just watched it.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I'm standing on this. For me, if Al Ittihad lost at least one game, they could have seen their weaknesses to improve. I'm just
Mm.
praying not Al Ittihad to lose the most important game, because it will be a shocker. I remember
Mm.
Urunani. I remember them. I do
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
remember that. And I don't want to see that
Losing the
episode once again.
finals.
Mm.
So just to do
Yeah,
the
true.
roundup, Al Ittihad 6-0, Rivers Hoopers 4 and 2, Fus de Rabat 2 and 4, and Stade
Two and
Malien
four.
0 and
Yeah.
6. So
Jeez, that.
next weekend, just be ready,
Mm.
guys. We're gonna have
It'll be
surely
this
the
weekend.
most, yeah,
Is
definitely
this
this
weekend?
weekend. This weekend, my bad. This weekend we're gonna have the Sarah conference with Cleo Star,
Hmm.
Petro de Luanda, which will be
Mm.
the first game. First game.
Hmm.
Mm,
Hmm. Have you guys
So
been
So,
reading the
Cape
comments?
Verde Angola once
uh,
again. Come on, guys. P-Funk.
Did you guys read the comments
Well, well,
on the post when we were talking about them last time? I think somebody
mm.
posted to say you don't know about Creo Star. Just wait to see us. I was like, fam, we know about your team.
Yes,
We've been watching them. Like, there's nothing to see here. Move
definitely.
on.
Mm.
Creole Star,
Jeez.
Petro de Luanda, the home team, ASV de Dakar, US Monastir, which will be the second game. Get ready, guy. Is going to be amazing. It's going to be epic.
Who's going
If
6-0, Marcel?
nobody,
Nobody.
No
nobody,
No
one. You don't
one.
think anyone's going
Nobody.
no
six
one,
and 0?
Nobody gonna
no,
go
no
6 and
one.
0. I think
I mean, Petra's
is
gonna go
it
5-1. We're gonna lose on purpose. Just yeah, we're gonna we're
have
gonna let
we
them get.
I have a question.
Yo,
Like have we ever
I
seen
don't
a
believe,
team
I
going
don't believe P-Funk.
6 and 0?
No,
Sorry.
I think Ali Ittihad is the first team to
I
do it.
think that Alishan is the first team that goes 6 and 0. And then Stan Malian is the first team to go all in 6. So this
Agreed.
is definitely something that won't happen in other countries.
You know,
Like
and
it's
I'm
praying for
so happy.
SG to
I'm so happy
go
to be
on.
hosting next week. I'm so happy to be
I know
hosting
you
this.
are. I
Oh
know.
my god. Ah, this will be fire.
It's almost like we planned it.
Yeah, so that was my take, guys. Just be ready. It's going to happen on April 26th to end on May 4th.
Mm,
Just it's time now to get ready, root for your team. If you attend the game live, it will be even better. So you know what to
mm.
do. You know what to do. And
Guys, you have a busy week.
I'm trusting P-Funk on this one. Sorry, my little bro, but if I see Petro against ISV the Dakar, man, I need to root for
You're
my
gonna root
OG.
against me?
Yes, definitely. My brother is still playing
Damn.
for them, so definitely I need
Oh
to
my
see
god.
Solo doing his work.
I feel like everyone's gonna have a busy week. You've got the women's Afro basket draw on Wednesday. Then on the weekend, you've got the first game of Sahara. So get your popcorn, your flags, your t-shirts, get it all ready. Tell your friends to come around, have a
Show
little
the
party. That's
show
how I
the
see it.
t-shirt, P-Funk. Show the t-shirts. Show it. Yeah,
Thank you
I
so
will
much,
see these guys.
Oh,
Marcel.
speaking of Petro signed a deal with Puma.
Did
So yeah,
they?
yeah.
Oh,
So on the
now I
domestic,
want the
I don't know
jersey.
if it's only basketball. Yeah, no, it's gonna be like because in a way I'm a little bit saddened because right now they're being equipped by an Angolan brand.
Oh, I
It's an
Mm.
Angolan
see.
brand,
Yeah.
but I mean, I think Puma is gonna sponsor, so it's gonna be some
It's a
dollar
bigger
dollar
deal.
bills, y'all. So
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah,
I saw it
Will
on Afro Borders today.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really,
will
So
we
really
be able
impressive,
to
huh?
buy the merchandise internationally or
I
only if you're
hope
in
so.
Angola?
I hope so. I mean,
I need to be a
I hope
freelancer.
so.
Definitely. Let me start learning my Portuguese. I definitely need to be a
Todo
freelancer.
bench. Todo bench.
Como vai? Como
Muito
vai?
obrigado.
Obrigada.
Obrigada, menina. But
I think we're
yeah.
ready, guys. Let's go to Luanda. Let's go.
Oh, I will try to do my best to go to Rwanda, you know. Need
I'm
to
waiting for my sponsor. Sponsor, I'm here. I can send you my bank account details. Let's go.
it's between Pedro and Marcel. You two guys are
Ah,
the sponsors. Thank
what
you
happened
for
to the
this.
beard?
Lord.
The beard can't
This
sponsor us, no?
nah, he's busy with the thunderstorms, I guess. Thank you so much for this segment, Marcel. It was really insightful. So we're gonna jump it over and hand it over to the bid for a 3 minutes update of what's going on in the league, local league watch.
Yeah. So you people been talking about teams from the BAL and all that. So uh, I've been digging around. I've been doing my homework as you expected, and
That's great. Congratulations. You want a medal? Gang on
yeah,
that
sure,
one.
Oh my
sure, sure,
gosh.
sure. So teams from the BL, they're doing quite well in their leagues. Actually, what I've seen here in Morocco, uh, just Fus Rabat uh, is now standing at the second place in. He's not standing at second place. Tanger just overtook them because they finally lost a game. Okay,
Oh,
uh, they now have a 16-1 run since the start
that's crazy.
of a league.
Hmm.
Uh, so Ice Sally is third, and Phase Phase. I don't know what my name is so long, so just MAS Phase is fourth. And now what we have in some news. I don't know if you've heard about Al Ali Tripoli. Yeah, they signed
Mhm.
two players from the USA.
Oh,
Uh, okay, they signed Troy Baxter Jr. and they
that name
signed
is familiar.
uh, they signed Delano Spencer, two players from the USA.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, it seems that mm, it's they're looking ahead for what's awaiting them. I've been traveling to Tunisia too, where US Monastir just topped the standings with 8 wins in 10 games, just as
That's
much,
crazy.
just as many as Club Africa. 8 wins in 10 games, and they were the semi-finals to the playoff last week, but US Monastir had some difficulties to overcome their opponents AS Sahel, so they had to resort to 5 games to make it to the finals,
Damn.
as opposed to Club Africa who won series 3-1. So, and just some random info that I found while digging around. Omar Rabada is in great form. He's been uh,
Oh, it's my baby.
yeah, he's in good form. He's been
Can
Sorry,
I just
go on.
intervene, or I should keep my mouth shut?
Keep your mouth shut. Jonathan is speaking. Thank you.
I was I knew what I was doing though.
Guys are playing with my heart. That's what you're doing. Playing with my heart.
Yeah, Omar Rabada is doing great. He's been MVP with one
Mm.
or two games. So basically, we're looking forward to see what what he's going to do in the coming games.
Yes, we are
And
very much looking forward to it.
and just a little trip back to Madagascar to my boys there, where
Chase.
yeah, they've been busy. Yeah, let's be honest, they've been busy. Uh, what they have there is a regional tournament first, and then you go to the nationals, where you decide who's well, where we crown the Malagasy champion. So right now we're starting at one of the most competitive regional leagues, and the names, well, by the looks of what I've seen, the names of the teams that are aligned there is just uh, something like, sorry, I just need to find the names of the tournament of other teams aligned there. And so what they have is uh, I think it's an 8 team. Okay, so what we have here is SBC, Cospien, Ascot, Cosfa. In the women's, we have Ascot, we have JEA, we have USJFM, and under C. So those teams are this league is one of the most competitive in Madagascar, and the the stakes here are very very high. So
Mm.
Mm.
this is a league that we should be following in the next few weeks
Who's
because
the hottest player in the league?
sorry.
Who's the hottest player in the league?
Right now, Cospian, you might have Livio. Uh,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
might have I don't know if he's yeah. I just say Livio for the moment. That's the one that comes to mind right now. And then if you're looking for at other leagues, you have Eli. You'll have uh, his teammate Fabrice. Oh, so many players now
Mm, 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 mm.
that can make it. So yeah, something
Okay.
to look out for in the coming
She's
weeks.
like,
Something for us to think about. Hmm.
She's like,
Yeah.
mm-hmm, hmm.
Marcel, why are you talking? Me and Jonathan are having
I'm,
a conversation. I don't understand why
did
you're
you see me
speaking.
talk? No, I'm not talking.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Stop smiling. I can see you. Jonathan,
So
do you know what I've learned from what you said?
Tell me.
Fusrabat lost because they came into a competition 16-0. They were tired. That's why they lost. They won 16
mm.
times before. They needed some else. That's what it
That's
was.
why that's why you need to play the bench. Definitely.
Mm.
Mm, yeah,
And US want to
absolutely.
still having to go to a 5-game playoffs. I wonder how that's going to affect them coming into the Sahara Conference.
It will be very funny, guys. It will be a very
They're gonna
entertaining
finish.
conference. I
They're
can tell
going
you
to
that.
finish third, if not second.
Uh-uh.
Best
And
third, I guess.
who's going
Best
to come
third.
first then?
Villa Dakar.
Petro de Luanda.
Oh
Petro.
my God. When
Petro.
did you
Petro.
Petra paying you? Is Petra paying you? Just tell me.
I think he's
No,
getting
but Djigo is
advertising money
playing there.
Yeah, he
from
that's why I said
Angola.
he said Petra's name so many times in this
In
show.
this episode, yeah, I think
That's
in the
why he's
show,
getting some
like
payment that we don't
five
know.
times
Guys,
Petro's name.
guys, guys, if you don't know about Solo Diabate, just type it on Google. Solo Diabate at 36. If you want at 34, you see what I mean.
I'm
That's
pretty
my
sure that
point.
man
That's
is
it.
40 years old.
Okay, now it's time to go to the quiz. So, guys, please show me your papers and pens and bookmark and whatever. This will be a five-question trivia quiz. To all people that watching the games on YouTube, you can also play the games. And yeah, to follow up and then to see if you're better than our expert of African basketball.
Meaning
So
you.
No, 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 no.
Jonathan
hey,
took his
listen,
glasses off. He's ready. Glasses keep
he,
off, Jonathan.
is everybody ready? You know, I'm hosting. I love to host, though. You know, that's my
Yeah,
favorite thing
yeah,
to
of
do.
course.
So
Because you
that,
don't know the answers to any
that's
questions. That's why.
the thing. That's why I love to host. So yeah, question number one.
Oh, Lord.
In order,
Oh,
give me the letter. Give me the leaderboard of the 2023 Women's Afrobasket.
sorry,
The what?
what?
Say that again?
The
The
leaderboard.
podium?
uh,
The
Oh, the
podium?
leaderboard.
The
Oh, the whole
leaderboard,
Only
yeah.
leaderboard.
only the podium or
The
all of them?
top five. I need the top five. I need the top five in order. Yes. I
Of
need
which competition?
2023 Afrobasket. Last Afrobasket.
Oh, okay. In order, right?
Yes.
Ready.
Ready? Everybody's ready?
I'm not sure
I've
Not
about
got
the
a
yet.
top five.
feeling. I've got a feeling.
Look at him. He's so confident.
Ooh.
Three.
Okay, three, two, one. Show your answers. Okay,
Why'd you put
very so.
Mozambique?
Lord,
Oh,
okay.
was it Mozambique?
Okay,
Oh,
I think I can see all of your answers, so I'm gonna give the correct order. It says Nigeria, Senegal, Mali, Rwanda, Mozambique. That's the top
uh-uh.
five.
Do you get a point for each one or only if you got them all right?
Only if
That
you got them all right.
Okay. I got
Hater.
that one wrong. Yes, real hater. He should have given us a point. Wait, are you marking down the scores?
Yes.
He
So
definitely needs more.
Marcel and Jonathan has the point on
I don't
this
think they
question.
should get a point because both of them were there to watch it. Me and Pedro had to be at home, so that's not fair.
You
Okay.
found four.
Question number two. Question number two. Who was the leading scorer of that tournament in average points? And
Like
the
how many
bonus point,
points?
the average points, and how many points did that person average?
Taking the piss, bruv. What?
Bro, tell me this, the total. I can tell you the total, not the average.
Like
I need the average. I need. There is
who
the
and
point is
average?
for yeah who and average. You have a point for the who,
Oh,
and then you also
what's
have
her
a
name?
point for average.
What's her name? What's her name? What's her name?
I'm ready.
From the 2023 Women's Afrobasket.
Guys, if I don't know her name, but I can describe her, can I have a point? Because I
No.
can
Nope.
see her face, but I cannot describe. I can't.
Look,
Nope.
look. Pedro get fumbled by Jonathan to not knowing how to spell the name.
No,
That's
yeah,
not
So
yeah,
fair,
yeah.
yeah,
man.
yeah, we're still remembering that, so we're not doing that. Sorry. Answers in three, two, one. Show your answer. Okay.
I didn't.
Marcel, what you wrote?
Jenon J. Otto with 18 points per game.
Okay.
Wow, I don't know why I put 7. I thought you said total points, not points per game.
No points per game. I meant.
Oh, sorry, my bad,
Yeah.
my bad. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. You're good. Jonathan, what you wrote?
John and Otto, 42 points per game.
42
42
points.
points?
That's wild.
Only Jonathan. See, that's why I thought you said it was total points. You went
No,
42.
I meant the average point. Like how
Yeah.
many points is it was it averaging per game?
So, Jonathan, how are
The
you
points
getting
per game.
42?
42 is a lot. Kettle?
I put, and please, nobody drag me in the comments. I put white girl, Jana, ponytail, Uganda, because I couldn't remember her name. 15 points per game.
Detail.
But now I know
What
it's
is
Yana or Otto. So I should get a point because I did put Yana, but I put white girl ponytail.
Okay, so the correct answer is definitely Yan Oto from Uganda,
Yes.
and
Shit.
the point average per game was 21 point average per game.
Oh,
Ah,
Mm.
no one got it
So
then.
yeah, no
hey,
one got it, but all of you guys got 1 point for the
I got
name
closer to
excepted for
21, so
Pedro.
I definitely have the points.
No, you
I'm
don't.
I'm
You have to get the exact point. Don't try that.
I'm
Oh,
not
so
into
you need
that.
to have the exact name because it's Janan J and not
come
Janan
on.
Jana.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh, come on, we're not
If you
into
put
that.
If you put Jana, you get a point. I should get an extra point because I described what she looked like.
Yeah, I
Like
think all
ponytail
of
or
us could describe
something.
what you look like, though. I'm not gonna lie. Question number three. Still women's Afrobasket.
Come on, man. 5 Coco.
You know what's great? This whole episode, I think we just talked about women's basketball. So I'm
There we
really excited.
go. There we
It's
go.
on.
Who was the 2017 MVP of the women's Afrobasket?
Mate, I wasn't bored there. That
2017?
Yeah,
27 player
team.
MVP, right?
No,
2017.
2017.
2017. Who was the
Uh,
MVP?
of 2013.
17,
2017.
bro.
17.
17. Oh, okay, my bad. 2017. All right.
2017 Afrobasket. Who was
Um,
the MVP?
uh, as a hint, she won that MVP in 2021. I know who is, right?
Oh, do you? Answers in three,
Wait,
two, one. Show your
Hold on.
answers.
I can't remember how you spell it.
Yeah, I mean, if I make a
If you make what, Pedro?
He's Googling it.
no, I'm just saying if I make a mistake,
If you make a
Oh,
mistake on,
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I was gonna say Tali Lucas, but it wasn't her.
Okay,
Thing
answers
is,
in
she's Nigerian.
three,
I'm so not
two,
sure about my answer.
1. Show your answers.
I
I'm
don't have
so
it.
not sure about that.
Okay, show your answers.
Don't know if you can see it.
What do you wrote?
Oh,
It
Astul
says us
Traore.
two. It says
As
us two.
to, as to Marcel.
No, I didn't have it right. I put Nigeria, Sarok. Okay, I don't have it.
There you go. There you go. So the correct answer is Astu Traore.
So
Of course,
Jonathan
Senegal
gets it
should
right.
have been
Yeah,
in.
Jonathan gets it. And me, I put us two.
Yeah. You have Astu. So this is our first BL question.
Oh Lord,
Question,
this is my
question
downfall.
number 4. Who's the all-time or who's the all-time leading scorer of the league of the BL?
Are they
All-time leading
All
African
scorer.
or
time.
international person?
I mean, they are international person.
Fam,
Okay.
it's
I'm
giving me
losing
so
you,
much.
right?
Can you give me the
The
first letter?
leading
Because you know I
scorer.
don't BAL like that. First letter of the first name, at least, please, please.
Hold on, people.
Another
Hold
hint.
on.
Another
Okay.
hint.
He
A
played.
C.
Oh, okay,
Another
okay,
hint.
okay.
Come on, just
C.
A
what's?
hint.
5, 4.
A C.
Wait. I can't hear. Just repeat the
This
hint.
is so
Oh,
funny.
He said the all-time leading scorer of the BAL.
What's the hint?
He said that it begins with C.
Yeah.
It's not
Answers
Sierra
in
Gillard.
5.
answer in 5, 4, 3, 2. Show your answers.
No,
Okay,
let's see.
Pedro.
I'm out.
Uh, what did you vote, Marcel?
I put Clark
Crawford.
Crawford.
Chris Crawford.
Sorry, no. I'm out.
Clark
I'm out.
Crawford is his name.
The name is Chris Crawford. Oh, where did you find that Crawford?
Because you said C and I had to think of a C name and I could only think of Clark.
Okay. So wait. I
Chris
did
Crawford.
it. I didn't butcher his name. I put okay, so can I get my point? So I
Hi,
say
Chris. Long time no see. I want you to know that I do know your name, but in the heat of the moment, there was a lot of pressure. Just like when you're trying to make a bucket in the last 3 seconds of a game,
Oh
sometimes in
my
mid,
God.
that's what happened to me. But I don't think I should be penalized for that because I got your second name, which is Crawford.
Have we ever had a Clark Crawford?
Yes.
Six. Okay, last question, an easy one.
Do I get a point though?
You have a point,
No.
right?
Like
Me, I have a
Crawford.
point, right?
You wrote, yeah, Marcel, you have a point. The point it
I
is
put
between Marcel
Crawford.
and Pedro.
Oh,
No,
that's
you wrote
fair.
Clark Crawford, Chris Crawford. Last question, everybody should get that one. What is the first BL team that put a Lacos crocodile in their jersey?
What?
What's the first BL team that put a Lacos crocodile in their jersey?
But it's not on
Are you
lacrosse
for
crocodile because it's a different color.
four blue
Enters in
crocodiles?
three,
Four
two,
blue. I
one.
really like that question. Four blue crocodiles. That's
Like
such a good
four
question,
co-hosts
guys.
show four blue crocodiles.
at least I got
So
two
That's so
points.
yeah.
bad. You guys are
Where
dragging
did you
Stan
come up with
Mullion.
that
Guys, I
title?
want you to know I
OG,
love
please let me
you.
know.
I would never do that to you. It's just these guys. These guys
Oh,
don't love you.
congratulations, Kiddo. You got that one right.
Thank
That was a
you.
Lacoste crocodile. That was Stade
Thank you.
Malien indeed. The correct answer is Stade Malien. So yeah, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you all of you guys for listening. It was a long episode, but we had so much to discuss about today.
Oh gosh.
Uh,
John so who
No.
won?
Jo-
No,
It
who
Jonathan
was
won?
won. Jonathan
J-
won. Jonathan
No,
won.
he didn't get all the questions right.
Yes, he did.
Almost, he did. He
You're
only missed
so
one question.
relaxed, bro. Like, let Jonathan.
He,
What's wrong with you?
he missed one average, like the average. He said that J-Otto averaged 42 points.
42
Bro,
42
points
40,
point
again.
per game. Lucy,
Will
Lucy, that's
Chamberlain.
the
okay.
title. Lucy, that's the title of that episode. Episode 17, Jen and Jay on fire.
42 points. But yeah, thank you guys for playing the quiz. And then that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you for all our listeners. And then tell us in the comment section how many points did you get right into the quiz. So follow us on all across the internet and all across social media. If you want the only audio version, we are streaming on Spotify. And if you also want like a video version, which is more fun, see me wearing a sunglass for
For your friends.
probably the whole episode. So you can catch us on YouTube, and then don't forget to share to your fellow African basketball lovers. So that's a wrap for today's episode. Final thought: Pedro, Petrol.
No, no, no. It's
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan. It's Jonathan.
It's me.
It's Jonathan. Oh,
Yeah,
Jonathan.
yeah.
Okay, Jonathan. Final thought. What you got for us?
Uh, just some days ago, I've been searching, I've been surfing on the internet, and I saw that a federation, I won't name it here, was looking for a national technical director, but
Oh,
they wanted it to be benevolent.
wait,
Okay,
what?
so
Hmm.
the guy's not gonna get paid. Okay,
Oh,
and so my question, my I'm thinking, do you still think that in today's world, in today's basketball ever evolving landscape, do we still have a spot for benevolent people in the game?
hmm,
That's a great
good
question.
question.
We're gonna dig dive into it in the next episode. Pedro, I saw you in the comment section. Do you have an Angola in 5 thing to give us? Since since if Missy gonna play Afro basket,
Yes, he is.
Listen, even if he plays, we got some for him. We got Bruno, we got Silvio, we got Gilson, we got Kevin Kokila. Come on, man. We just need guards. We need guards. We okay. I'm kind of like
Those
Jamarant. We're
OG's
good in the West.
reaction are
We good in the
actually gold.
West.
We're good in the West.
Do you know what I can never get over? Like Pedro's confidence when it comes to Angola. Anything Angolan, the confidence that Pedro has. Me, who's Nigerian, who has seen Nigeria win 4 times, I'm still sitting here saying at some point someone's gonna come for us. But Pedro's like, never.
you,
They will never take
you,
Angola's title.
you
At
just be
home,
honest with yourself.
at home,
What do you mean at home means
at home,
nothing?
by hook or by crook, we're gonna win this Afro basket.
That's a
Even if
wrap
we
for
have,
today's
even if
episode.
we have to turn off the lights, and then we're winning this. Come on, 50 years.
Oh my
We
god. Are
celebrated
you for
50
real?
years of independence at home. And you think if Missy's gonna come home and spoil our party? No. Come on.
That's
So
an invitation. All of Africa. Pedro is saying, bring whoever you want. You can now get Jamarant on your team. It won't matter. Because if we're in Angola, we're going to win.
that will be Angola in 5. If Missy, Minneapolis, Mississippi, Angola in 5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kevin
That's
Kokila, Petro de Luanda, DL number what? Number 5, Angola in
No, but
5.
for real, honestly, we listen. It was. I totally understand the same way. Why do you think a lot of teams, a lot of countries want to host the window, so to speak, because they have an advantage, right?
yeah,
So we hosting
true.
the whole thing. Like check how many teams won their Olympic qualifiers at home. Spain did,
Mm,
you
Nigeria
yeah.
know.
didn't.
Nigeria,
Mm.
yeah. Cameroon did,
So
right?
Cameroon.
I
It
understand.
was.
Cameroon did, yeah,
Cameroon did.
yeah.
Senegal
Where
didn't.
was
Women Afro Basket
Senegal did. That's what
2019.
I'm just saying, like maybe that works in Europe, but I don't think that same
It,
juju works in Africa.
it's a double sword thing. It's a double sword knife.
Yeah.
Because
Thank
when
you
people are
guys.
booing you in your own game, in your own stadium, live on television, you will wish that
Yeah.
you weren't hosting.
Yes.
Bro, let me tell you little short story before we leave, before we wrap this up. 2019 AfroBasket, Senegal versus Nigeria in the finals. It was the inauguration of the Dakar Arena, first year playing a big major tournament. Arena was packed. It was in the summer. We lost, and then the train to go back to home wasn't working, and it was raining. What can go wrong will always go wrong when you're hosting. So better wish for what you have. Thank you guys for today. That's all
Bye.
Bye bye.